Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of The Good Screen. I'm Russell.
I'm Lauren.
And today, we have Lauren on the podcast. Like every day.
Like every other time.
Like every other time. We're back again with The Good Screen podcast, and today we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat from 1995.
Yeah, we sure are.
Lauren is so excited.
I mean, I liked it.
Okay, you got
I didn't hate it.
a brief spoiler that Lauren liked the movie. So, this is our third week. What are you scribbling on?
I haven't thought of my screenless shout-out or my good screen yet.
Oh, no. Should I go first?
You can go first.
Okay. So, this week, I have been enjoying on the good screen a game called Halo Infinite. Wait, no, that was last week. I can't do that again.
You write the rules. You can
I
do
do
whatever
write
you
the
want.
rules, I guess. So, this week, I've been enjoying a game on my computer called A Hat in Time.
Yeah.
I started playing it like 2 years ago, which I can't believe it's 2 years ago. And it's so much fun.
Yeah?
It's just like Mario Odyssey, and it came out around the same time.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. But
And,
they had like a Kickstarter for a long time before that, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it was like 2013 or 2012 when Kickstarter was like the cool thing for indie games.
Yeah, I
And
mean, it still
is.
kind of is, yeah.
But yeah, so it's very fun, and I'm having a good time playing it.
Okay.
That's all I really had to say. I just started playing it. It's very unique. Like, it has like the Mario level sort of thing where like you had to get an object at the end of the level, and then you go back to the hub, and then you go back into the level again. But it's through like you just look through an hourglass, or not an hourglass. What's the thing that you look up in the sky?
A telescope.
Yeah.
Your eyes.
You're my eyes. And then you go back into the world.
Okay, Russell, I don't play Mario games, so
Okay.
I can't relate to anything you're talking about.
Pizza, Mario.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Pasta?
Spaghetti, lots of spaghetti. Yeah.
Oh, speaking
So-
of, I saw there's a new Italian restaurant that opened up in town.
What's it called?
I don't remember, but it's by Tropical Smoothie.
Oh, that's been there for a while.
I just noticed it today, so it might as well have just opened.
Does it start with an F?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's been there since before I even moved in this area.
Oh. How
Yeah.
have I never been there?
Because it's just a pizza shop. It's not an Italian restaurant.
But it looks good.
Well, we can try it sometime.
All right. Anyway.
We'll try it on the podcast one day, and everyone will hear us smacking our lips. Just like that. So,
Yeah.
I've been enjoying that. I've also still been playing Halo with Will.
Yeah?
We're almost at the end, and I think if we wind up playing tonight, I think we'll finish it.
Okay.
Because we're like right there, I think. We're further than he got to.
Okay.
But Halo Infinite is great. Next week? No, next week it'll be, the next one we record will be before the Xbox Direct.
When was that?
The 25th, which is like a Wednesday, I think.
My dude?
Wednesday, your dudes? Yes. So, it's a great day. It's a great day, a great month for Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
As an Xbox stan,
Yeah?
wonderful time. All right, Lauren. Do you have anything down for the good screen right now?
I've still been playing Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town.
Mm-hmm.
Still going strong with that. I almost started playing Stardew Valley today.
Really? Did you just get to the point where you're like, I just want to play Stardew?
No, then I had other things to do
Like
that
clean?
I realized I should do. Like, I went on a walk today.
Oh, move around.
Yeah, and,
Wait, hold on. Hey, I just want to let everyone know I didn't say clean because Lauren is a woman. That's what she needs to do. But she did clean up the house a little bit today.
it needed to be done. It smelled kind of, like, stale
smelled
in
weird
here.
stale and weird in our house. So.
Yeah, well, it's just winter, so our windows are closed, and normally we have the windows open all the time.
At
Like in the
least a
spring.
little bit. Yeah, in the spring and like
even in the
early
summer,
morning in the summer,
we'll open them up in the
overnight.
evening.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Jinx.
But So it's just been very stale in here. It doesn't help we've cooked some weird dishes in the last week or two.
Yeah.
And your bananas were rotting.
The bananas were rotting.
I took out all the trash.
Yeah, so
I
Lauren,
cracked open all the windows.
now
it warmed
everyone
up
thinks
today.
that we live in a pigsty.
No, it's not gross. It just smelled.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so you were playing Story of Seasons.
Yeah, I actually didn't play it all today.
Oh, at all?
No. But I have been playing it.
Yeah, you have. You got through the first year.
I did. I finished my first year.
How would you say it equates to Stardew Valley's first year? Is it more fun?
I mean, it's nice because it's new.
Yeah.
So it's a little refreshing, but it's still very much the same as Stardew. But it's like, I kind of want to do some sort of segment about this game eventually.
Yeah.
Because I want to weigh, like, the things I like about this and the things I like about Stardew against each other.
Okay.
Like, compare and contrast.
Okay.
Because they both have really nice mechanics in their own way. But, like, Story of Seasons has something that Stardew has, and Stardew has some things that Story of Seasons doesn't have.
Story of Seasons has better art.
I think that's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion.
I mean, if we go back to the original DS ones, that doesn't really compare to what I'm playing.
Yeah.
So,
okay,
I
well,
don't
yeah,
know.
maybe we'll talk about that a little more sometime.
Yeah, I also would have to play Stardew again, because it's been a long while since I've actually sat down and played it.
Yeah, I need to play it. Well, I started playing a little bit of Pioneer Town.
I want to play that.
Olive Town?
Yeah.
Pioneer of Olive Town?
I want to play that too, but you told me I'm not allowed to play it yet.
Well, you're playing the other one. I don't want you to be, like, playing 2 farming games at the same time. That'd be weird.
Well, if I do that, and what's wrong with that? You play like 5 shooting games at the same time.
That's true.
You play
but it's
like
not
3 Japanese
it's not like
RPGs at the same time.
It's not, no, I don't. I try not to. It's not like I go, to bed at the end of the day in my shooter game and then get into another match. Can you imagine a life sim, but it's like an arena shooter, but like every day you had to do like at least one match?
I think that's a market you need to tap into.
Oh my gosh, like Persona, but like you're like an FPS guy?
Oh, also, I have had a revelation in the last week or so that I just seem to enjoy time-based games.
So Lauren's going to play Persona.
Probably.
That comes out tomorrow, I think.
Does it really?
Yeah, 3 and 4. 5 is already out, and I think you should play that first. So.
There's a book that came out today that I want to get.
Hey. Save it for the shout-out.
Okay.
Although, you didn't really read the book yet. Books are not screens. Fish are not food.
But it's screenless.
Yeah, well, are you going to read the book? What book is it? It doesn't really matter. What book is it?
How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
He's the same one who did the...
Horror Store.
And My Best Friend's Exorcism.
Yeah.
He has a couple other books out that I haven't read yet. His big one that he, like, got put on the map for was Final Girl Support Group.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, I haven't read that one yet. And there's also another one about, like, vampires in Georgia.
I'm posting my B-reel.
Okay. I was going to say, what are you doing? Yeah, so I haven't read his full,
Discography. Bibliography.
I don't think that's the right word
Bibliography, yeah.
Russell, a bibliography is where you put your sources. That's where you set your sources.
Bibliography. No, that's authorography. Bibliography. No,
No, that is not the right word.
That's what you call it. Yeah, bibliography.
No, an author does not have an author has a bibliography if he has to cite sources.
Bibliography as a discipline is traditionally the academic study of books. All right.
It's not. It's not.
What do you call it then?
His works.
His
books.
His published works?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's so lame. I think we should start calling it bibliothecography.
That's not.
Right.
Russell, in French, bibliothèque literally means library.
Libraryography.
No.
All right.
Anyway, I haven't read all of his books, but I
This is why
really
we don't talk
want to read
about
this
books
one.
on the podcast.
This is why I'm not a book podcast.
When we have the good page.
The good page? Well, then we could especially have Tiny on because she's reading like a book a day.
Yeah, she's a reader.
She's crazy. I don't even know how to read.
I don't know how to read either. Clearly, I don't even know what a bibliography is.
No. The American education system has failed you.
Well, I mean, I've been out of school for over 10 years now. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
anyway.
I think we have diverged too much off the beaten path. And today...
Why are you beating a path?
I don't know.
Whose path?
Whose path, and why does it need to be beaten?
Why are they beaten so much?
Lauren, do you have any... I thought we could integrate something interesting into this this podcast.
Your mom?
No. Well, I mean, if we ever watch Nacho Libre, I want my mom to be on.
Really?
Yeah, it's her favorite movie.
Oh my god.
I'll speakerphone her in.
Okay, great. I can't wait for that.
And that probably won't be for a long, long time. But do you have any news that you want to share about like movie news? Did you watch the Golden Globes? The Golden Globes were Sunday night, I think.
No.
Yeah, nobody did.
I don't buy into celebrity shit anymore. Except for the Met Gala, I'll at least look to see the dresses.
That's my least favorite thing.
I like seeing all the cool dresses and costumes at the Met Gala.
I like seeing money not being spent for foo-foo frilly bullshit. Maybe we can avert our eyes to something that actually matters, like kids starving. Anyway, let's talk about a movie where someone's heart gets ripped out.
What?
Wait, did that happen in the movie?
No.
It didn't happen in the movie. All right, so without further ado, let's get into our main topic of the day. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat!
So, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat.
Lauren, do you have any personal history with Mortal Kombat?
I do.
You have a little bit of history.
I have a story.
I have a story too.
Okay, am I telling mine first?
Yeah, you can tell yours too.
So there was a Mortal Kombat Justice League game, right?
Mortal Kombat versus DC superheroes.
Same. That's exactly what I just said. And so,
well, characters that aren't in the Justice League.
Okay, so I don't fucking care about superhero shit. So it was a Mortal Kombat game. We just lost all of our viewers on YouTube. Bye, all 10 of you.
We're also talking about Mortal Kombat, so
yeah, Mortal Kombat. So we had the Mortal Kombat DC superhero game on, I don't remember what, either like the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And so I was playing with my brother. At the time, I think I was 13, so he was maybe 11.
Okay.
And we were playing, and I was kicking his fucking ass. Because I was 13, and he was 11.
Right.
So I just had
your brain was
that much more brain power, yeah.
And then it stopped right after that.
It really was a steep, slippery slope not long after that.
Yeah.
So anyways, we were playing. And he was so upset that I was beating him.
Right.
That he... And my mom was also playing with us.
Oh.
Because she wanted to get in on the fun. So we were just all playing. And so he was so upset that I was beating him that he threw a fit, got up and unplugged the TV.
The whole TV?
The whole ass TV.
Like, and was this like a flat screen or like okay.
Yeah, it's nothing like is around now. It was a very thick flat screen, like one of those really old ones.
Oh, okay. Like a rear projection one.
Sure. And so my mom said that we're never allowed to play games like that together ever again.
Wow.
And we never did.
Oh my goodness.
Because if he wanted to throw a fit, then she was going to take away the game. So she took away the game even though she had just fucking bought it.
Wow.
And that's my story.
Who did you play as?
I don't even remember.
Was it a Mortal Kombat character or a DC superhero or villain character?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I just remember it went so poorly. And we had played, like, the other another Mortal Kombat game before.
Yeah.
And so that's why my mom got it for us, because she thought we would like it. But my brother just had to be a little piss baby and piss his pants about it.
He peed. Okay.
Yeah, so what's your story?
Mortal Kombat 2.
Mortal Kombat!
Alright, stop it.
2!
Mortal Kombat 2 was one of the first games I ever played when I was like 4.
Whoa, that's way too early. What the fuck?
I was pretty young.
That's extremely young.
And we
You were 4 years out of the womb.
Yeah, we had Mortal Kombat, the game where you could literally kill people.
Yes.
Not literally, but
Your
like
Christian mother let you play this game?
It was a different time. I don't think she liked that we had it. But, you had... I played that, Sonic 2, and Mega Bomberman on
Okay, well those
Genesis.
ones are acceptable children's
So bombs, a hedgehog, and killing people.
And Mortal Kombat 2.
So I don't remember much about it because I was so young. But I do remember I liked Reptile.
Okay.
Because he was green.
Great.
But I also liked Sub-Zero because he was blue.
Yeah. I don't remember who I liked playing a lot. But ever since we watched this movie the other night, I was curious, is there like a story mode in the Mortal Kombat games?
There is a story period,
I've only
like
ever...
not convoluted, but like a
lore
to Mortal Kombat. And before we even talk about the movie, I think they really tried, like, in this movie to make it like the lore.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, like, the newer Mortal Kombat games, they have, like, a story mode with cutscenes and, like, all this stuff going on.
Kind of like Street Fighter?
No. I kind of like Tekken. Remember Tekken had, like, a...
Yeah, I didn't understand how I was supposed to go about, like, the plot of Tekken, because I was kind of just going to random places.
Yeah, the Tekken story is a little crazy, but this one is, like, fantasy, like, dark fantasy.
Yeah, because I was curious...
Shaolin monk stuff.
Were the characters in the movie, like, I obviously know, like, Kitana.
Yeah.
Because I remember it would be like, Kitana wins.
Yeah.
But, like, I know she's someone. I know that God
They're all
someone.
characters.
They are all
Yes.
characters?
I'll
What's her
go into
name?
that later,
Sophia?
Too. Yeah.
Liu
Kang.
Johnny
Cage.
Wick.
Yeah. Johnny Cage and Sub-Zero and Scorpion and Reptile.
Yeah, well, I remembered Sub-Zero and Scorpion.
Yeah. So they're all characters.
And also the bad guy, he really did sound like the video game.
He really did.
He was very, very good. His impression was very good. If it wasn't actually the guy who just did the voice.
Yeah, so I'll just go over the characters that are in this movie.
Sure.
And I'm kind of cheating by looking it up. I'm not a real gamer. So...
Well, you're a real gamer. Not just because haven't played this game doesn't mean you're not a real gamer.
I'm not a big Mortal Kombat fan.
Okay, that's fine.
Despite the fact that it was one of the first games I ever played.
At the ripe age of 4.
4 or 5 years old or whatever. I don't remember. I'm not a... Like, it didn't carry over...
I mean, that's fine.
It could have carried over.
It's not too late.
Yeah, it's. I know Jesse likes Mortal Kombat.
Oh, maybe you guys should play together.
Yeah, we could try it out. So in this movie, it came out in '95, which is, I want to say like right after 2. It was before 3, but after 2. I want to say.
So you were playing this game around the same time I was born.
I was playing this game possibly before you were born.
Well, if you were 4. That means it had to have been before
97.
November of 99. What?
97. I was born in 93.
Oh, yeah. I did my math.
All right, well, either way. Lauren is only 5-ish years younger than me. Don't worry, guys. It's all right.
Fine.
So, Raiden, or Raiden. I guess they call him Raiden. I say Raiden because of Metal Gear Solid.
Mm-hmm.
Raiden is in this movie. He's a character.
Mm-hmm.
Liu Kang, obviously, character. Johnny Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Shang Tsung.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya Blade. Yeah, she's... Yep, Katana. Kano. Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Reptile. Fighting Monk. I'm just reading off IMDb. So,
What's the other one? Wasn't it like Grog?
Oh, Kano?
Goro,
Goro, yeah. He's also a character. He's like the boss character in the first game, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Fucking weird. Jax. Was it Jax? Yeah, Jax was also a character. The black guy who got his soul.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first one to die.
He was the first one to die out of the
Yet
group.
another one to fall into that awful trope.
Obviously, everyone knows Mortal Kombat is one of the first games that made people, the first game at least in the series, that made parents freak the fuck out over video games and blood and violence, and was partially the reason why the ESRB was created.
Really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
And last week's game, Doom, I think was up.
That was the chair.
That was the chair. If you heard that, that was my chair.
Don't worry, we're going to IKEA soon to get new chairs.
We're gonna get new chairs because we're sitting in these for a while. Between I guess Doom, other stuff on PC.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did Doom come out before or after?
Doom came out in '93.
So before.
It was around the same time that the first Mortal Kombat came out, because it was like. So the big thing about Mortal Kombat, other than the controversy, was that you could kill people. I guess that was the controversy.
Isn't that the controversy?
Yeah. So in like Street Fighter and King of Fighters,
they were just knocked out.
But in Mortal Kombat, the
You'd
one made by the
suck their
Americans,
souls.
the one made by the Americans, obviously.
Yeah, duh.
You either sucked their soul out, lit their head on fire, froze them, and then punched them, and all their body parts went away.
It's amazing.
The only fatality I knew was the one where you duck and do an uppercut on the bridge level, and they go down and get.
I did recognize when they were fighting on that. I was like, "Isn't that a level?"
Yeah,
I liked that.
So the whole tower aspect at the end is part of Mortal. Like that's the arcade mode.
Oh,
you
really?
Go up the tower.
Oh,
yeah. So
I like that.
I like that too.
I like that.
Oh,
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Yeah, so this game had the fatalities and stuff. It was also a big game in the whole Nintendo versus Sega thing.
Oh,
because the Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat 1 had gray blood.
Oh, that's boring. Like
And
when
then
they
the
put it on the
Genesis
Super
one-
Nintendo or whatever.
Super Nintendo, yeah. The Genesis one had the blood.
Really red blood.
So Mortal Kombat is just, even though it came out on the Super Nintendo, is associated with Genesis kids.
Yeah.
That was their thing. But Mortal Kombat 2 had the blood. Or a code that you could enter for the blood. So that kids didn't see it like right away. Unless they got Nintendo Power. And
we probably definitely played it on the PlayStation.
There's a lot of Mortal. There's 11 of them now.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, so we definitely had the blood.
Yeah, there's blood in everyone after 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on with Mortal Kombat. There's TV show.
There's a new movie.
There's a new movie that I don't think was really that good.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
The new games, they have like really interesting cross. Like you can play as a RoboCop.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
I almost bought in there. I almost bought into Mortal Kombat there.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Though.
It kind of came back during the, excuse me, after the DC one, with the it was just called Mortal Kombat. It was like a soft reboot for the series. But people call it MK9 because it's the 9th one.
Sure.
And I almost got in there too because I had the demo on my PS3 and I liked it. And Kratos is in that game.
Ew.
On the PS3 version.
I don't like that.
Like old Kratos that's bald and doesn't have the beard.
Isn't he still bald?
Yeah, he's still bald. But he doesn't have the beard. That's what I meant.
Oh, I guess he didn't have a son yet either.
So that's about all I know about Mortal Kombat. So I know these movies, they have fans. They have fans.
Oh, yeah, long-held fans.
Yeah. Obviously, like, don't take it too seriously.
No.
We're in an age where, like, video game, like The Last of Us, is, like, super...
Beaten into a pulp. And, like, this is our vision, and it's actually just, like, the story from the game. It's just the game.
So back when this came out, and Doom, I guess, because God, that wasn't anything like the game.
Yeah.
But that game didn't really have a story, so.
No, yeah, I guess they kind of didn't have much to go off of other than the books that you mentioned. But yeah, no, like with the Last of Us, I hate what they've done with The Last of Us.
Really?
Yes.
It's very popular.
Well, I enjoyed the game. Because my brother was playing it, and I watched him play it a lot of the time. Yeah. And he even, like, taught himself to learn how to play guitar so he could do the little guitar from The Last of Us. Yeah, he loved it. And from what I know, I think he liked the second one, too.
Okay.
Because it was kind of like, you weren't supposed to like the ending.
Yeah, it's supposed to be an uncomfortable game.
Yeah, and so we both understood that. But I just don't like how they've beaten this game to such a pulp. Like, I don't understand why they're making a TV show.
It's just the same plot. Like,
yeah, just go watch a compilation of all the cutscenes instead. honestly,
yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
I don't understand.
They didn't have to get what the fuck is his name?
The Mandalorian.
They didn't have to get the Mandalorian in there. Although I think he does seem to be a good Joel.
Yeah.
And the girl who plays Ellie does seem to be a good Ellie. But I don't understand why they have to do this. Anyone who wants to have played it or know the story already knows it by now because this game came out 10 fucking years ago and it's been on every console five times since then. Literally 5 times since then on every console. Because there's like 5 different editions of the game and they're all the fucking same.
There's 3. And then there's a second game, which will probably get its own PS5 version.
Yeah.
Lauren, I just want to say one thing.
You don't know why?
It has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, so people will see that and they'll watch it and they'll be like, "Oh my god, it's just like the game."
Either that, or people get the parents to watch it and be like, "Look, this is like the game I played."
This is like the game I played that you don't have the hand-eye coordination to play. So
yeah, or the suspension of disbelief.
I guess we're talking about this now for a little bit.
Sure.
My only problem with the Last of Us series is that you have, there's only 2 games in the series, and they follow the same characters.
Sure.
But you have like this universe that you could expand on.
It seems
with
so
a TV
rich.
show.
Yes.
And you choose to do the same story from the game.
That's what I kind of liked about The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Because I watched Walking Dead up to season 5. It followed the comics really well up until like season 5.
Sure. I didn't watch it. So.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that, I guess. Because then after that, it kind of derailed. But they did come up with a couple original series, and there's even another original series coming out about Rick and Michonne. But not that you know who those characters are. But they also had like a side series called like Stories of the Walking Dead or whatever.
The game
is
an original story.
The games were so fucking
based
good.
on the universe.
Those deserve their own show more than The Walking Dead does.
Yeah.
The games are so good.
So I just think that like, and obviously we had the Halo show, which apparently was a little controversial, and
I never watched
it. Was an original story, and
it sounds really funny.
But it was also the most streamed thing on Paramount Plus last year. So
how did we never watch the Halo show?
Why
are we not watching it?
I'm talking to Will about it.
Really, doing
probably later,
like a segment about it.
I want to watch it, and maybe not for this month, obviously, because the month's halfway over.
Yeah.
But I would definitely want to watch it with Will at some point for something.
Yeah.
So 1995, we were not quite where we are now.
No.
Where video games were still video games. They weren't TV shows with buttons.
Yeah, they were kind of a novelty back then.
Yeah.
Like, everyone thought they were a fleeting thing, and that just made kids turn their way from God.
Yeah. So when you had to make a movie about them, you had to make up the plot.
Yeah, you had to, connect the dots.
However, I think someone read the manual of Mortal Kombat and was like, here's what we'll do.
No, this game was definitely made with passion.
Yeah, someone really liked Mortal Kombat 1 and 2.
Yeah. Whoever, the screenwriter for this was, or the script writer, whatever you want to say.
I didn't see Ed Boon in the... Ed Boon is the creator of Mortal Kombat.
It's your dad?
We're not related. His last name doesn't have the E, and mine does.
Oh.
I'm sure at some point there's some convergence, but he does not live
Russell,
in
you
our
could
state.
Say that about anybody.
Yeah, you could say it about anyone, but Ed Boon, if you're listening to this, what up? Anyway, so yeah, I didn't see him in at least the first part of it. We didn't watch the whole credits.
No.
But I didn't see him mentioned at all. It probably would say something like created and supervised or something by Ed Boon.
Yeah, made with the assistance of or whatever.
But I thought with what they had and considering it's basically like a kung fu movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pre-Matrix.
It is.
I think that they did a good job with the movie.
You know, I still haven't seen The Matrix.
I haven't either. So, Lauren, now that we're about a half hour into the podcast, do you want to pull up the IMDb page for Mortal Kombat? I can't say it.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. Like, my mouth is shaped the wrong way.
Mortal Kombat. Okay.
All right. 1995.
Yeah, I think this is from Wikipedia. It's just showing up in the Google search.
Okay.
Lord Raiden handpicks 3 martial artists: federal agent Sonya Blade, Shaolin monk Liu Kang, and action movie sensation Johnny Cage, and mentors them. After intense training, which didn't really happen, Raiden transports the trio to Outworld, the site of an interdimensional fight tournament. There, 3 humans must defeat the demonic warriors of the evil Shang Tsung, or allow Tsung to take over the Earth.
The whole Earth.
The whole Earth. The budget was $20 million.
Whoa.
And it box officed at $122 million. So it was very successful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a second one, too.
Yeah, it's saying Mortal Kombat Annihilate. It obviously just probably went straight into the second one. It got a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb, a 45% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 60% on Metacritic. Shall we read some Metacritic reviews?
All right, let's see what the people are saying on the world's most unbiased review platform ever.
Yeah, so it has a 60 Metascore, but an 8.0 user rating.
Really?
And 389 people have rated it, so it seems like a lot of people chimed in. It's very
popular, yeah.
Ed Boon was a writer.
He did write it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says Ed Boon and John Tobias.
John Tobias?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
Am I supposed to know who that is?
No.
Okay. Let's see. A 90. This is from the Los Angeles Times.
Oh, we don't read those. We read the user reviews.
You're right. Where's the user reviews?
It's like on the right
reviews.
side. It's like on the right side. Or maybe like below everything.
User reviews. Okay. Written in 2008 by Danny Rue.
Danny Rue.
He gave it a 10. He said, pure fun. Also the best film based on a game. I really think it deserves its 10.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of other people said, GM101 said, I've watched this movie many times as a kid, and I always shout, Mortal Kombat! Whenever I feel like it.
What was his score? 10?
A 10.
Wow. So this movie only has 10s. Even though it has
God, this person wrote a whole essay.
Oh, no.
As a 0.
No. We need a short one.
Okay, hold on. Let me find a short one. Uno momento. Okay, this person gave it a 2.
That's good enough.
Okay. Capra Week. They wrote this in 2015. I can maybe find one that's older.
They were mad. Oh, no, keep going.
Find an older one?
No. Use that review, yeah.
Okay, this is just the first red score. He gave it a 2. This one is a paragraph, so I'll go through it fast. He said, back in the days when I was way younger, I enjoyed it very much, and back then I would easily give it a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, I saw this again last month, and damn, my memories are playing tricks on me. I suppose every child who enjoys Teletubbies now will enjoy them after they hit 20 as much as I enjoyed Mortal Kombat. This movie is just plain horrible.
Oh my god.
You can easily compare it to Sharknado and stuff. I have to give it a fair score now, while the score is in red. Yeah.
Dude, just have some fun, okay?
Yeah.
Just live a little bit.
And then Z Perry in 2014 gave it a 3. He said, close to no character development, and I couldn't have cared less if any of the characters died. The special effects were bad, even for the 90s, and all of the characters couldn't compare to the game. Killer soundtrack, though.
Yeah.
I thought the special effects had a lot of charm to them.
For the time, and when we found out it was 95, I thought this was like a 98, 99 movie.
Yeah, I thought it was like at least 2000.
Yeah. So And you know what the thing about those two reviews were? They were during the middle of Marvel Mania.
They were post-Marvel.
So they probably thought there needed to be more quips and more character development.
You don't have to. It doesn't seem... Those are the only two red scores, and they were both...
And they brought it down to an 8. Thanks, guys.
Well, yeah. But
All
they
right.
were also, like, 20 plus years after the movie came out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're really fair scores because it's looking through a modern lens. But everyone who seemed to have posted, like, in the early to mid 2000s when this website became a thing,
Yeah. They liked it.
liked it.
Yeah, I remember it being a big deal.
Yeah.
So, Lauren, what did you think about Mortal Kombat? Obviously, we kind of gave it away, but what do you think about it?
I thought it was good.
I thought it was good, too.
It had a lot of charm. I mean, it was what it was. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it was a very straight to the point
It had...
kung fu action movie.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just an enjoyable action movie.
I was a little worried in the beginning because...
It kind of dragged.
It kind of, like, the beginning was kind of weird, but also... Well, before we get into this, I guess... obviously, if you haven't watched Mortal Kombat, we're going to spoil a little bit of the movie.
Russell, anyone who listens to this podcast should know.
Yeah.
We are going to talk about spoilers.
So
Some things we might save for you, like how we did with the menu, but
no, we
like,
won't do that for a movie made in 1995.
No,
All
this
right,
movie came out literally 20-something years ago.
So, I was a little worried in the beginning because Scorpion and Sub-Zero just weren't around, and they're like Ryu and Ken.
Yeah.
They're like the Mortal Kombat guys.
They are.
And then it turned out that they were evil henchmen.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that how the lore goes? That
I
they're just
haven't
evil?
played
I
these
thought they were
games.
like
I don't
cool
know.
dudes, and like I know they didn't like each other, but like, or do they like each other? I don't know. But I was a little confused
they
about
may
that.
have muddled that part up.
But at the same time, I was like, it seems like they're really trying and like giving these characters that people like. Liu Kang was pretty
Recognize.
popular because he's basically like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
But like everyone else, I don't remember anyone playing as like Johnny Cage or Sonya Blade.
Yeah, I had never heard of those characters either.
Yeah.
I was trying to picture to see if I even remembered Sonya.
She looks
But
just like the casting was pretty good.
Was it?
It was pretty good.
I recognize that actress from something else too, but I don't know what. But
I don't know either.
I've seen that weird face of hers before.
That weird like chubby cheeks.
Well, no, it's just her eyes were kind of far apart.
Her eyes are far apart.
Yeah. What was it? I was trying to remember any character similar to her, and all I could think of was the girl from Street Fighter.
Chun-Li.
No,
Cammy.
Cammy.
Oh yeah, sorta.
Yeah, she reminded me of her.
Yeah, not really. Cammy is
Long blonde
Russian,
hair, ponytail,
Yeah, that's Cammy.
military.
Yeah.
Because Cammy wears the camo pants.
Sure.
Is that why she's called Cammy?
Oh, I don't know.
I doubt it.
All right. Well, anyway, so the movie, it is an interesting take on like, and it does pay a lot of like service to the games. Like it literally starts with the theme song.
Oh yeah,
Like
that was amazing.
Like an arranged version of the theme song, which I think alone is just really cool to hear.
Yeah.
Like the old style version of the Mortal Kombat theme song, and it starts with the guy saying, "You're next" or something like that after he kills his brother, and I think that was like a tagline for like commercials or something like that.
Like
I don't
arcade
know.
games, yeah.
Again, I'm not the Mortal Kombat
You
guy,
weren't there,
so
yeah.
I just remember that being one of the lines, like finish him and flawless. He said finish him and flawless
victory.
Fatality.
Fatality.
Yeah. It was very cool, and I think one of the best parts was, and this is probably my favorite scene in the movie, when he's like, "Let me demonstrate to you what this is all about," and one of the monks, like the regular monks, goes up against, I guess, was it no, it wasn't him. It was just some random. It was one of the other guys.
Was it a Sub-Zero?
Oh yeah, it was a Sub-Zero, yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy's just like doing all these fancy moves.
Yeah.
I think that was a callback to when you're learning the moves in the fighting game.
Oh yeah,
And
because
you're
he was just doing like random
yeah, he was doing a lot of
shit.
shit, and it was just like savage that he just attacked him while he was still learning the controls.
Yes,
and like
the
they even had it
controls,
set up
quote
like it was
unquote.
just like a plane, and they were all surrounding him. Like
Yeah,
in the game,
it looked like the game.
in the game, there are stages where there are like monks, like spectators going woo and stuff like that, and it looked like they were setting it up to be just like one of the stages from the game. And I thought that was so cool, and just the fact that he was practicing the moves was a really good part.
Yeah, because when I was watching it, because I didn't make that connection until you just said it that that's what that was.
I almost said it while we were watching it, and I was like, oh my god, he's doing the moves.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just like a testosterone thing. Like, he's just hyping himself up for this battle.
What? That happened a lot.
Yeah, like, they would just start the battle and be like, whew.
They would start moving around, and and obviously, like, some of it wasn't like just like punching in the air. You hurt your shoulder?
My shoulders always hurt.
Maybe you need to do some Mortal Kombat.
Maybe.
What was, other than that, what was the scene of this movie that really stuck out to you? That you'll remember forever? I have another one too.
Probably Scorpion's hand. I didn't like that.
His hand?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
His chain coming out of his hand, and the awful, amazing effects for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very... It reminded me of that one Naruto character with the eyes in his hand.
Oh, yeah.
And the mouth.
Yeah. Cool character. Forget his name, though.
Me too, but I remember what he does. And the other thing is probably when Johnny Cage just very easily knocked Goro off the side of the cliff, and I was like,
oh yeah,
that looked extremely easy.
I liked when they were in the robes and they like took off the robes and they're like, we're here already.
Oh yeah, classic. That was super fucking cheesy.
Yeah. Another scene that really stuck out to me in like a good filmmaking kind of way was also related to Scorpion. When Johnny Cage was in the forest with him. And like Johnny Cage stopped, and like there's all these trees planted and like really close to each other, and he stops in like the middle of like an intersection of them, and there's like trees coming up on both sides of him, and the camera pans over, and I was like, what the fuck, this is the Mortal Kombat movie? This movie has vibes.
Well, I also liked in that part when Scorpion said, get over here.
He did say it. Yeah.
What was the other thing? He said something else too, like,
yeah, he said something else. Here. Get back here, yeah.
Get over here. Which is very classic.
Here. Yeah, get down here. So he had to, like, it was very, like 95. You had to think. The Mario movie came out before this, but, like, it did more for Mortal Kombat than, I don't understand why this wasn't like, hey, guys, we can make game movies.
Yeah, why didn't this inspire a lot more game movies? Like, this was a genuinely really good game movie.
Well, I think it did, because then after this we got Doom and stuff, but like
the next Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, and the next one, and I think the Street Fighter movie I think came out, the American one came out before this.
I wouldn't know.
But I thought this was gonna be like a rough one. I even said it last podcast. I was like, well, if you think this one's bad, just wait until we see Mortal Kombat. And I don't know who told me that.
I don't know. I mean,
one of those guys on Metacritic.
I guess so. I mean, the more details I found out about this movie, like how you pointed out how that was like him learning the combos.
I don't think that was the intention. Was just maybe it was.
I feel like now that you said it, it was.
Yeah.
And because whenever you start, like, you don't really just go at each other. You, like, do a couple things first, and then you go at each other.
Yeah.
Like, I liked that, now that I'm viewing it through that scope. But also, I really liked how they had, like, levels.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that's what was happening at the beginning there.
Yeah.
And then the one later on I did kind of recognize when they were, like, in the Hell World, I guess it was, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was Scorpion and Johnny Cage fighting on this, like, wood dock.
Yeah.
With all the skeletons and everything underneath it. I recognized that, and I was like, okay, that's kind of legit.
I really liked that part because the effects were so fucking funny.
Yes. You could so easily tell this was just in, like, the middle of... Like, it was so obviously a set. I mean, they're all obviously sets, but this one was just, like, very loud car.
That's a funny sounding car.
Yeah.
I liked when he,
all the dry ice.
Used the shield to chop his skull in half, and then he exploded.
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
I don't think that happens in the game, but that was also, like, Any like kid back in the day would probably see that and be like, "Yeah, Johnny's so cool."
Scorpion was doing his fatality.
He was.
Yeah, I didn't recognize that just because I didn't remember it.
Because he pulled his mask off.
He pulled his mask off and it was like a skeleton head.
Did he breathe fire? He's supposed to breathe fire.
Yes, he did because remember he
got
shielded
the shield out
with the shield.
He was trying to do the fatality even though Johnny wasn't ready for it.
No.
Yeah, very cool. Very interesting take on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a wonderful job.
Me too.
I would recommend, like, out of all the movies that we watched for a video game month, Angry Birds was kind of like, you know, your usual animated kids movie.
Yeah.
Doom was
different,
but had a cool scene at the end.
Yeah.
But this movie, like, all the way through,
it was pretty iconic.
Pretty iconic. It had some good laughs. Like,
yeah.
Just because, like, nowadays, obviously, it doesn't look that great.
Yeah, this was, like, 25 years ago.
You could tell there was a green screen and a blue screen or whatever they used back then.
Oh, my God. All the CGI stuff was so, for the time, very good, but also just very funny to see.
But, yeah, so, like, everything from, like, getting all the characters, like, designs pretty well, like what they look like in the game, other than Raiden. But Raiden also, like, in the game, like, he wears the hat all the time and, like, the robes, but they're not all white robes. It's like blue robes. And but I'm sure they give him more story in the second movie.
Yeah, that was one of the notes I wrote down. I was like,
Raiden looks a little different. Did you write that down?
No, I was like, why is he white?
Yeah, he's like Raiden the White.
Well, no, not as in, like, just him wearing white, but being a white man.
I think he is white.
I don't know why he wouldn't be, like, Chinese.
I don't know. There's crazy lore with him, because he's, like, the god of Earth or something.
I thought he was just god of thunder.
God of thunder on Earth.
Yeah.
So, the ruler of the realm or something like that.
I don't know. And I mean, it makes sense, because, like, the etymology of the name, like, Rai is lightning.
Yeah. Like everything from the characters to them fighting on like stages and the little Easter eggs and the all the words that you remember from Mortal Kombat. The fact they go up the tower at the end.
Yeah. I liked the words the best. I think hearing the words was my favorite part. I was like, oh my God, I wrote down, like, he said the thing.
He said the thing.
And he was like, flawless victory or flawless fatality or whatever.
You know that they had a lot of fun making this. And clearly, they made a lot of money off of it.
And they made like 4 more.
And they made 4 more.
I don't know if the rest of them are as good.
And then right after this, they made Mortal Kombat Stories Sub-Zero, which is one of the worst games ever.
Great.
It's like a platformer with, with Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I would say this is good screen.
This is a good screen.
This is a very good use of an hour and 40 minutes of your life.
Yeah, it was a little long.
It was a little longer than 90 minutes. But yeah, definitely, I would recommend watching this. Maybe don't take it, just go in. Don't take it seriously.
Like, this is very much a movie to sit down and, like, have fun with.
Don't, like, say, if you're a Mortal Kombat fan and haven't seen this movie somehow, because maybe you're like, this guy's a Metacritic.
Yeah.
Don't go in thinking, well, actually, in the lore. No, just...
No, this was before a lot of that lore was even established.
Yeah, Ed Boon, obviously, like, he had his
say. He was a writer.
But they rebooted it all recently anyway, so whatever. So yeah, definitely a good one. Mm-hmm. Surprisingly, like, really, probably the best one we watched, and maybe of the whole month.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I am looking forward to next week's.
Yeah, next week's and the week after is going to be interesting. Probably a really long podcast, too.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're done talking about Mortal Kombat. Lauren, do you have anything else to say about it, actually?
Well, let me look at my notes.
Okay.
Yeah, he said the line. Yeah. Flawless victory.
Okay.
I liked the practical effects that they used throughout a lot of the movie, especially with Goro.
Yeah.
It was charming.
There's definitely a man in the suit.
In a suit.
Yeah, with like a CGI head or something like that.
No, it wasn't CGI. It was very much just a practical effect.
Okay, sure.
Like puppetry, at least.
Yeah.
And his arms were just like kind of on his costume.
Yeah, it looked kind of funny.
Yeah, it did look funny. I just kept remarking on how funny I thought the special effects were.
They are pretty funny.
And then at the end, when Sonya is like captured,
They teased her hair.
yeah, that was something weird. And I really
things
didn't
were.
like the weird outfit they put her in. Like, why did they have to do that? Just leave her in her regular clothes.
I don't know, Lauren.
I
It
don't
was
know.
1995.
But I don't remember if it was her or when Quintana came in at the end.
Quintana.
Kitana. But they were just wearing like leather straight up against their skin. Like there was no like layer between, and I was like, oh, they're like so
Ouch.
uncomfortable. And that was really all I had to say.
Okay.
I also told myself, especially at the beginning parts, I'm suspending my disbelief to think they're actually speaking Chinese during all these parts in China.
Oh.
Well, because when it was like Liu talking with the other monks, I'm like,
Oh, he went to America, so.
well, no, because at the beginning part, when he went back and saw like Raiden,
Oh, yeah.
and they were in the monk temple,
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna suspend my disbelief there, because this is an American-made movie that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Okay, well, yeah, Mortal Kombat, everybody.
I'd recommend watching it if you just want something lighthearted and funny to watch.
Yeah. We already went over that.
Yeah.
All
anyway.
right, so, Lauren, what is your screenless shout-out?
My screenless shout out this week is walks.
Walks. You're in on the walks now, too.
I guess I'm back in on the walks. It's been a long time since I took a good walk.
Even in the cold.
Especially in the cold.
Yeah.
But today it warmed up a little bit. It was like 43 when I went out for my walk.
Yeah.
Which is warm.
That is warm.
43 degrees Fahrenheit. 43 degrees Celsius would be scalding.
Really hot. Yeah.
And yeah, it was nice.
You saw the guy who has the tank in his yard?
I saw that.
Yep.
I saw the car with the amassed collection of McDonald's bags and cups.
Yep, always got to see that.
It is a local landmark.
It is a landmark, yeah. I thought someone died.
No, that man just only goes there and back, and then he goes around the neighborhood walking his dog and his little easy scooter.
I don't think that's him. I think there's two old men that live there.
Mm.
Very weird, though.
Yeah, weird house.
Okay, so your screenless shout-out is going on a walk.
Yeah, it was just refreshing. I didn't really know... That was the chair.
That was the chair again, if you heard that.
I didn't really know what I was going to do today. I didn't really know what I felt like doing, so I was like, well... I'll go on a walk and go from there. And so I went on a walk and I came back feeling really good. I was like, I see why people enjoy exercise.
Yeah, it's nice.
I felt refreshed. And then I took a shower and went about my day cleaning and running errands and getting a smoothie. And yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, moving around just feels good. Like, obviously you get tired, but like you also get tired, so like you're gonna sleep better.
Yeah, and
I think like part of the reason why people don't get good sleep, and I'm not saying like this is the problem for everyone,
is that they don't
move around a lot.
Yeah, people don't move around as much as they used to, because even a lot of people used to just walk to work at least. Like,
yeah,
the people who could afford to take horse and buggies everywhere were not walking to work.
Or they were doing like manual labor at work.
Yeah, they were taking the buggy to the field or whatever that they worked in. Yeah, and even a lot of farmers, just like today, it's just they already live on the land.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that might have something to do with it. The screens that we look at also definitely have a big thing to do with it for sure.
Yeah.
I've been contemplating just wearing blue light glasses.
Oh.
Because sometimes if I spend too much time looking at my laptop, especially,
you can.
I'll
There's
get headaches.
there's an app you can install. I'll tell you about it later. It's called Flux.
We're not sponsored.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a free app.
Yeah.
I think you can donate to them, but it will at certain times of the day. You can set it to certain times of the day, but it'll basically yellow tint your whole screen.
Okay.
And I used that at my last job, my service desk job.
Yeah.
Because there were no windows and the lights were so bright.
Yeah.
And then looking at the screens, like I would use it every day there. And when I worked from home for that place, I would have it turn on closer to the end of the day when it started to get dark, because I worked until 5.
Yeah.
So in the winter time. So
well, also I got a new job.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be working like second shift hours, so I was just debating because I want to go to the gym after work.
Yeah.
And Autumn even said that she would be able to go with me some days probably, so that'd be cool. So I guess just getting ready for that. So even the days that I don't go to the gym, I could still go on walks.
Yeah.
I guess at least.
Yeah. So good screen is good.
Screen is good,
but in moderation. Everything in moderation.
Yes.
That's why we have this podcast, because we want to tell everyone how to spend their time on the good screen.
Yeah.
We want to tell everyone this is what you had to watch this week.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. So
okay, anyways, what's your screenless shout out?
My screenless shout out is my screenless shout out this week is last week it was my new shoes, even though I didn't really wear them yet.
Yeah.
My screenless shout out this week is what I learned in boating school is shit.
Alright, Russell doesn't have a shout out.
I don't have one. However, I have been kind of similar to Lauren's. I mean, it is winter, so like I'm just like dreaming at this point.
Yeah.
I have been eyeing up a bicycle.
Yeah, you did mention that earlier.
I did mention that. So maybe this will be an interesting saga later on when I do get a bicycle.
There is a local bike trail that would be very safe to ride on.
There's a lot of places to bike. Well, not a lot of places to bike, but there's like dedicated places around here to bike.
Yeah.
And relatively safe to bike in the town area where we live.
Yeah, I still don't feel safe doing that.
I don't feel safe either.
No, maybe around our neighborhood, but not on any of the actual roads.
Yeah. So, I've been eyeing up bicycles. And and I would say that my screenless shout out is my want to
get a bicycle. Yeah, I'm still half wary of riding a bike again.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can for those who...
If you're on a bike your size, you'll be fine.
For those who don't know, 3 years ago now...
Almost 3 years ago.
I fell off of a bike that was too big for me, and I broke my ankle.
Yeah.
And it was the same weekend that Russell was moving into the apartment we live in now, and only like a month until I moved here. And it caused me many issues for a long time.
But you're all healed up now.
Yeah, it's totally fine now,
yeah.
But I have yet to get back in the saddle.
Yeah, well,
on a proper sized bike.
I think if you ever do, you should make sure you get on the right sized bike.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I also plan there is a local bike shop not too far from us. That's where I would buy a bike from.
Yeah,
shop local. Don't just go to Walmart.
Some of them are a little overpriced, or for like enthusiast bicycles.
You should still go there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's all we have planned. We should probably start talking about what we're gonna do next week, so that people know what we're gonna watch. I realized that we haven't been doing that.
Yeah, we've just been leaving it up in the air.
Yeah. So next week we are going to be watching the original Tomb Raider with Lara Croft, Tomb Raider.
Yeah. With Angelina Jolie.
We will have a special guest on the podcast.
Will Party
will be joining us to talk about Tomb Raider and maybe share us his fan fiction about.
I really want him to read an excerpt.
Yeah, about Lara Croft. So I'm really excited to hear about that. If anyone wants to follow along next week, you can watch Tomb Raider. And hello, can someone please email us at goodscreenpod@gmail.com or tweet us at goodscreenpod on Twitter.
Tag us on Instagram,
goodscreenpod.
Send us a selfie of you watching a movie.
Send us a selfie of you watching Mortal Kombat or saying Mortal Kombat like the Mortal Kombat guy. Yeah.
Give me your best fatality impression.
I think the YouTube algorithm, even though I don't think we're in the algorithm, but we're not getting any people watching our YouTube videos. I don't know if that's just because of the whole changes with swearing and stuff, but so any sort of interaction, comment on YouTube, we like that a lot. We get excited when that happens. Yeah, it's been a while. We get really excited when that happens. So we'll have more to come this week, I think. So stay tuned. Little surprise on Wednesday. Is it going to be Wednesday? It should be Wednesday. All right. So, thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.